Hi everyone, today we are going to start with the group permissions. So let's start with the group permissions. So here is the basic notepad that we have for group permissions. So let's log into our machine. So for group permissions, we have simple command which is group add group name. Well, this is the basic command if we just want to add a group, and suppose we want to add a group with some option and an argument, then the command is option argument and group name. So let's see some of the options. So this is the option which can be added. So majorly there are two options which are used. One is G, which is known as group ID, and another one is O, which is known as override. So let's start with doing some of the hands-on. So first of all, let's add a group. Let's say sales. So it already exists. Let's add IT. Let's add suppose let's add TCS. So we have added a group named as TCS. Now suppose we want to see the information of the added group, we can simply use the tail command which we used in our previous videos, and we can see the details. We can see that the TCS here, and which is having the group ID of 1031. Now suppose if I want to assign group ID something different. Suppose I want to add a group Deloitte. Group add Deloitte, and I want that its group ID is a bit different. So suppose let's see, like we have the option GID. So what we will do is we will write group add the option which is G group ID. Let's suppose I am giving 1050 as group ID, and the name is Deloitte. So let's try it out. So the option here used is group ID 1050, and the name is Deloitte. So let's check it again. So we can see here the Deloitte group is stored as with the group ID of 1050. Now suppose if I want to modify the properties of this particular group or some particular group, so what are the options that I have? So these were the previously that we have seen were the options for creating a group. creating a group. Now let's see the options when we are modifying the properties of a group. When we are modifying the properties of a group, then we have the same command. Just instead of group add, we will use this time group mod, and we will have option, we will have the argument, and we will have the group name. And the major option which is used in the group modification is G, which is group ID. Then we have O, which is override, and then we have R, which is the group name. Now let's suppose and let's say if I want to change the group ID of Deloitte from 1050 to default, which is 1032. So suppose if I want to change it here, so what will be the command? It will be group mod. What we want to change? We want to change the group ID. So the option G will be used. What will be the new ID? It will 1032. And what is the group name? It is Deloitte. So let's check. So we have the group ID as 1032 now, which has changed. Now suppose if I want to change the name of the group. Suppose I want instead of this Deloitte, I want to rename the company as Avira. Let's suppose. So we will group mod, run the group mod command. Option will be in as we are changing the name. Sorry, it's here. It will be n as the option, and the name of the new name should be Avira, and the previous name we have the Deloitte. So let's see. So we can see clearly like the command with the name of our group from the Deloitte has been changed to Avira. Now for the third part, we have the commands for deleting a group. So for deleting a group, we have simple command group del and the group name. It's as simple as that, and there are no more options in here. So just for example, let's delete the group named as TCS. So group del TCS, and let's check. So we can see that the TCS group has been deleted from the group part. Now here comes the important part of our video. So as we have seen how we can create a group, then what we have seen like how we can name the group, how we can modify the name of group, or how we can change the group ID. Now let's see about the group membership. Suppose if I have a group and I have a number of users, and now I want to add these number of users into my group. So what command can be used for the addition of these people? So for membership of the group, we have the command as gpasswd option argument group name. So this is the options. These are the options that we have. And this is the command basically, the password, option, arguments, and group name. It's similar, just the name from groupadd to groupmod to groupdel to gpassword. That is only the thing which is changing. Now let's also define the options here. So capital M is used to, so let's continue. So we have the option as add multiple users to a group. Then we have the small capital A, add a group administrator. Then we have the command as small a, add a single user to the group. Then we have the small m, d, which is to delete a user from a group. So let's try out our command. So suppose let's add some user. So we have added 3 users, which is I1, I2, and I3. And I want to add all of them to our group, which is Avira. So we will add them by using gpasswd, and we will multiple users. We will use the capital M command, and we can easily add all the 3 users, and the name is Avira. So we can check by grep command, grep Avira etc group. So we can see that Avira has the GID of 1032 and users I1, I2, and I3 are added. Now let's suppose I have created a user add as Raju. So Raju has been added. Now let's suppose if I only want to add Raju to Avira. So we can use the command which is gpasswd option Raju Avira. Now let's see. Now we can see that Raju is also added to the group Avira, and he is an additional user. So for adding single users, we can use the small a. Now suppose I will create a new user add Raghu. So we have a new user. Now suppose if I want to make this user the administrator of our group. So as we have seen in the notepad, I can use this particular user as administrator by using the capital A option. So let's gp wd administrator Raghu Avira. Now let's see if the user has been added as administrator, so we will use the grep command. We will grep Avira from the etc g shadow. So we can see we have the group Avira, we have some geo ID, and the administrator of this group is Raghu. Now let's suppose I want to delete a user. What I want is I want to delete a user from this group. So let's remove Raju from this group. So what command we will use in this case? We will use the userdel command. We will use the userdel command, or what we can do is we will not use the groupdel command. We have to delete a user, so we will use this option which is D. So G D Raju from Avira. So let's check. Grep Avira etc group. So we can see the Raju has been removed from this group. So these were the basic commands for the membership. Now let's move forward, and let's suppose while we are creating a group, while creating the group we want to create a user also. So in that case, how will we do it? So let's suppose I add a group add as HR, and now I add a group finance. It will be group finance. Now let's see, if I want to add a user to both of these groups, suppose I am an admin and I want to add this user to both of its groups, but what I want is that the primary group of this user should be finance, and while the second group of this particular user or the another one should be the HR. So I will add it as like useradd the HR and finance. Also for the user, first we have to add the user for this. Suppose user add, we have Jill as the user, and we add here Jill. So user Jill already exists. So this is for new user. So suppose the user is Manu. So user is added as Manu, and let's grep Manu from etc passwd and etc group. So we can see that Manu is the primary user for the finance, and the secondary user for the HR. So we can see them both. One is have the GID of 1038 and another has the GID of 1039. So this user is added for the both of its memberships. Also, what we can do is we can add or delete user using a graphical tool, which is known as system config users. So first we have to install this tool, then I will be able to show it to you. So thank you for being with me till the end of this video. Also, let me add this command, which will be helpful later. Create a user along with it group membership group add useradd HR finance and the username. Let's say that is secondary group, and let's say it as primary group. So that's all for the user administration. Thank you for being me till the end of this session and hope you have a great day ahead.